What a roller coaster weekend for South African rugby in the Champions Cup. We saw incredible highs, gut-wrenching lows, and enough drama to last us until the next round. Let's break down how the Stormers, Bulls, and Sharks fared in their crucial European encounters. First up, the DHL Stormers in Cape Town. Facing a star-studded Clermont Auvergne, the pressure was on. And for the first 20 minutes, things looked a bit shaky. Clermont came out firing, putting the Stormers under immense pressure and taking an early lead. You could feel the tension in the stadium. But this Stormers team has something special, a resilience that is becoming their trademark. They weathered the early storm, defended like their lives depended on it, and then, slowly but surely, they started to click. The turning point was their ability to absorb that initial onslaught and hit back with clinical efficiency. Dion Fourie was an absolute machine at the breakdown, winning crucial turnovers and disrupting Clermont's rhythm. Manny Libek, after a few early jitters, found his groove, pulling the strings beautifully and getting his back line moving. His cross kick for the try was a moment of pure genius. The forwards started to dominate the set piece, providing the perfect platform. It wasn't just about flashy tries. It was about grinding down a formidable opponent. They showed tactical maturity, opting for points when they needed to, and keeping the scoreboard ticking over. The final score of 30-16 was a fair reflection of their control in the second half. It was a statement victory, a testament to their character, and proof that they can mix it with the very best in Europe. A home quarterfinal is now a real possibility, and on this form, who would want to travel to Cape Town? Now let's head over to Pretoria, where the Vodacom Bulls hosted Lion at Loftus Versfeld. This was a completely different story. If the Stormers' game was a tense tactical battle, the Bulls' match was an all-out attacking festival. From the first whistle, it was clear what the Bulls' game plan was. Run, run, and run some more. They played with a freedom and a pace that Lions simply couldn't live with. The altitude at Loftus is always a factor, but you still have to execute, and the Bulls were flawless. Kurt Lee Arensi and Kanan Moody on the wings were electric, a constant threat every time they touched the ball. Their ability to beat defenders one-on-one and finish from anywhere on the park is just world-class. The interplay between the backs and forwards was a joy to watch. You had props running support lines like centers and locks offloading in contact. It was total rugby. Lion tried to stay in the fight, and they did score some good tries of their own, but they were just overwhelmed by the sheer pace and intensity of the Bulls' attack. The final score of 59-19 was staggering. It sent a clear message to the rest of the competition. If you come to Loftus, you better be prepared for an 80-minute track meet. The Bulls have secured their spot in the round of 16, and with this kind of firepower, they are a genuine dark horse in this tournament. Finally, we have to talk about the Chelsea Sharks and their trip to London to face Harlequins. This one hurts. For 79 minutes and 30 seconds, the Sharks played the perfect away game in Europe. They were tactically astute, physically dominant, and incredibly disciplined. Their forward pack was immense. Eben Etzebeth was a colossus, Shia Kolisi was everywhere, and their scrum completely dismantled the Harlequins' pack. They controlled the tempo, squeezed the life out of the home side, and built a comfortable lead. Jaden Hendrickse managed the game brilliantly from scrum half, and Kerwin Bosch's boot was reliable as ever. It looked like a famous hard-earned victory was in the bag. And then, disaster struck. In the dying seconds with the Sharks leading, a series of frantic last-ditch plays from Harlequins led to a try in the corner. It was a heart-stopping moment of brilliance from Quins, but a moment of sheer agony for the Sharks and their supporters. To lose the game 39-29 after being in complete control for so long is just devastating. You could see the disbelief on the players' faces. They did everything right, executed their game plan almost to perfection, but fell at the very, very last hurdle. It's a brutal lesson in just how ruthless this competition is. You can never switch off, not for a single second. Despite the loss, the Sharks have still qualified for the round of 16, and they will have to pick themselves up quickly. They proved they can compete and dominate away from home, but they'll be haunted by those final few seconds. They need to turn that pain into fuel for the knockout stages. So what does this all mean for the South African challenge? It's a mixed bag, but overwhelmingly positive. We have 3 teams in the round of 16, which is a fantastic achievement, in only their second season in the competition. The Stormers showed they have the grit and tactical smarts to win tight knockout games. The Bulls demonstrated they possess perhaps the most lethal attack in the entire tournament, especially at home. And the Sharks, despite the heartbreaking loss, proved they have the forward power and defensive structure to trouble any team in Europe, home or away. The biggest takeaway is that the South African teams have adapted. They're no longer just relying on brute force. They are playing smart, tactically flexible rugby, and they re-adding a layer of attacking flair that is making everyone sit up and take notice. The road ahead is tough. The knockout stages of the Champions Cup are unforgiving. But based on this weekend's performances, the Stormers, Bulls, and Sharks have all shown they have what it takes to go deep into this tournament. It's going to be an absolutely thrilling ride. Let me know in the comments which team you think has the best shot at lifting the trophy. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more rugby analysis.